Welcome to Pumptonian's 5th annual Healthy School Lunch Challenge. Did you know March is National Nutrition Month? To celebrate, we invite students as part of our challenge to submit healthy recipes. This year's twist is the students need to use blueberries or yellow potatoes. Why? Because they're local and they are part of our farm to tray rotation, and they will be on our menus in March. Last year, we had 3 Pumptonian chefs and 3 dietitians paired, and each competed in a chop style competition. This year, we have our top 3 high school contestants paired with a Pumptonian chef, and they are competing, and the nutrition department will be the judges. Now let's meet our contestants. First up, we have DJ, and he is paired with Chef Angelo, and DJ goes to Parsippany School District, and he is making today beef Wellington with balsamic glazed carrots and home-style mashed potatoes and gravy.
I think it's just how well known, because the person that showed me this competition was actually my nurse from my school, because it is so well known at my school that I love cooking, that people will come up to me and tell me things like that if there's something like that. So my nurse actually came up to me and told me that this competition was happening, and I immediately jumped on it.
Our next contestant is Lupita, and she is from Mountain Lake School District, and she is paired with Chef Peter. And today she will be making a blueberry balsamic glazed chicken with roasted potatoes.
So I was born in Honduras, and I moved here when I was about 8 years old. And I started in elementary school, and I started learning ASL and starting to learn English when I got here. And now, 10 years later, I've really improved on my language and learned so much since then. So I realized, doing that, it's possible to really just do well. And I love to cook. I started thinking about my future when I was about 14, when I took cooking class, and I thought that this was what I want to do in my future. I also have just started playing softball in the last few years, and it's really fun, and I'm really motivated to be involved in it. And I just love learning about so many different things. I just am always curious and wanting to learn as much as I can.
And our third contestant is Adrian Zusa, and he is from New Providence School District, and he is paired with Chef Kendria. And today he is making steak and potatoes with an ice cream sundae.
I work at a climbing gym, and I like cars, and I like food. I like to eat a lot of food. I like to go out every once in a while. I like to also make a lot of food at home, because I get to expand my skills. Also, because if I live alone, then I can't really eat out all the time. I have to make my own food.
So you're preparing for college?
Yeah, basically. What brought me to this competition was my mom. She was reading the school news. They sent an email out, and she was like, "Oh, there's this cooking thing, and you like to cook, so why not try it out?"
All right, chefs, time starts now. National Nutrition Month is a campaign sponsored by the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. The goal of the campaign is to promote informed food choices and overall awareness around food and nutrition. This year's theme is Beyond the Table, which addresses aspects of the farm to the fork. And it includes distribution, food production, and in our case, to the lunch tray.
Student Chef Adrian, I see we have some steak and potatoes here. Can you tell us a little bit about your recipe?
Okay, so we're making a steak based with garlic and herbs. And then we have potatoes, give it a nice little crisp and some nice little flavor to it.
And I see that you have some local frozen blueberries there. What are we going to do with those?
So we're making a sundae to incorporate our blueberries. We're going to make them into kind of like a sweet, thick sauce.
Okay.
And that's going to go on top of our sundae with some nice cinnamon.
blueberries are a great source of fiber, particularly soluble fiber, which helps flush cholesterol out of your body. That can help your digestive system stay regular, as well as help prevent heart disease. Fiber is also important to help you feel fuller longer, which helps you maintain a healthy weight.
Hi, Student Chef DJ. I'm just here, just looking what you're doing, and I had some questions about your dish. Can you tell me a little bit about your mushrooms and why you chose the 3 different kinds of mushrooms?
Well, all mushrooms have a slightly different flavor, especially when they're cooked down. And pretty much, mushrooms carry a lot of the flavor in a beef Wellington. So having a variety of mushrooms can increase the flavor and can make it overall taste different than if you were to only use one type of mushroom.
Okay. I also see here you're using prosciutto. I know that's usually really salty. Are you having anything in the dish to balance up the salt taste in the prosciutto?
Well, there's carrots that are inside the beef Wellington. It is meant to be savory, but on the side, the carrots add a sweetness that will counterbalance the overall saltiness of the whole dish, as well as the mashed potatoes act as a way to mellow out everything. And then the gravy comes back in with another salty flavor.
Awesome. Well, I'll let you get back to what you're doing. I can't wait to try your dish.
What do you think made the dish shine today?
I think what made Lupita's dish shine today was the blueberry and rosemary balsamic sauce she put over the finished chicken thigh. I thought that brought it all together really nicely.
So it was really important that I made sure to focus on the temperature of the chicken and make sure that it reached a safe temperature, and to be careful to make sure that everything was measured correctly. I think that it was really important that I did all of that to make sure that everything came out good.
And one last question, did you enjoy working with Peter today, and did you learn anything working with him?
Yes, I really enjoyed working with Peter. He's just so great, and he's motivated, and he just really made me feel comfortable. It was really great to work with him.
I've known Adrian having a strong interest in cooking from the time he was 6 or 7 years old. And I can remember we were on vacation visiting, and Adrian was about this tall, could barely reach the counters or the stove, and he was standing on a step stool making pancakes for all of us. So his interest in cooking started at a very early age.
All right, chefs, 1 hour remaining. You have 1 hour to finish.
It's browning nicely.
Put the herbs and stuff and then baste it.
Okay.
Our first contestant, DJ, is up preparing his beef Wellington. DJ, can you tell us a little bit about what you're doing?
I am cutting them on a bias, as they are all individual beef Wellingtons. Cutting them down the middle to get a nice shot of the pink center, which it is pink.
So would you call that medium rare?
I would call this, honestly, medium rare. Personally, I like my a little bit more rarer, but some people don't. So
we tried to make a happy medium.
Happy medium in between.
What inspired you to make this dish?
Gordon Ramsay. I've always watched him when I was growing up, trying to learn how to cook, and his specialty was always beef Wellington. And that's why when I do beef Wellington, I like to try to imagine myself as Gordon Ramsay. He's known for doing these beautiful beef Wellingtons, and if mine can even compare to it even in a little bit, I'll be happy with that.
I approve. I think the beef is cooked perfectly. The layers offer great flavor. I can really taste the mushrooms, and the potatoes are delicious and buttery.
Our next contestant, Lupita, made a roasted chicken with a balsamic and blueberry sauce paired with roasted potatoes. I can't wait to taste her dish and see what she was inspired to create.
It looks
Really-
fabulous.
Yeah. Sometimes when you use balsamic, it looks too dark, but the blueberries really brightened up the color.
It's a good contrast for the sweet flavor on the chicken.
Yeah, it really enhances that sweet and savory component.
And we even elevated the dinner roll by slicing it up and toasting it to integrate our whole grains.
I think the experience was great. I think it brings a light to the industry. For young kids who want to do this for a living. I look forward to the next time, and I think DJ has a bright future.
I told him, like, don't think about everybody else around you. Don't think about running around and it's a competition. Just cook from your heart and think about what you want to make on the plate, and that's what we're going to do.
Our next and third contestant is Adrian, and he is making steak and potatoes with an ice cream sundae that tastes like snickerdoodles. I cannot wait to see what he makes because the mise en place here is very intricate. What inspired you to pick this plate?
I like meat a lot. It's really good. It tastes really nicely. It's fun to make too. You could base it, do it a bunch of different ways.
It looks amazing.
Definitely a beautiful presentation.
I really like the integration of blueberries throughout the entire dish.
All right, I'm jumping to dessert to taste how everything comes together. I don't know how croutons work in ice cream, but they do.
Well, Pomptonian Food Service would like to thank all of our students for participating in our challenge today. It's so important to remember that everyone here is a winner because there were all the students in the high schools of the Pomptonian school districts were invited to submit applications with their recipes to be a part of the challenge. So today we have our top 3 contestants. And another aspect I would like to point out is additional points were awarded to students who used both the local blueberries and local potatoes. So that may impact who won this challenge. So Heather, can you bring me who won? Our third place winner is DJ. Let's give DJ a round of applause. Now, our second place winner is Lupita. And last but not least, our first place winner is Adrian.
It's over my